What's up everyone, Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and I'm out here on a rainy New Hampshire day. This is just a short video to show you how to actually use birch bark even when it's rainy. So it's been raining all day yesterday and most of the day today. So about 36 hours of rain. I've got a down birch tree here. I want to show you that even with all that rain, you can still use birch bark to get a fire going. Okay, so what I have here is a down birch tree, so I'm not destroying some live tree, just so you know. A couple things I want to mention. First is on the outside, even though this is really wet, on the outside, you kind of rub a little bit, you'll get these little hairs to pop up. You can probably hear the rain's kicking up now even. But you get these little hairs to pop up, and if you gather those and put them in a pocket, they'll dry out quite quickly. So I'm gonna just kind of do this on the outside. You get these little tinders, these little hairs to pop up like so. And I'll zoom in and show you what that looks like in a moment. But get those, put them in a pocket, and that's one thing that'll it'll catch because it's very light and fluffy. So that's the first thing. Let's put those in my pocket here. The next thing is that when you have birch here, the outside is obviously going to be very wet because it's been raining for almost 2 days straight. But if I get a little piece here and I start to pull back, this portion under here is a little bit damp, but it's actually not too bad because this outer section, as long as the tree isn't totally rotted, is actually sealed to that intersection. So you got two pieces kind of like this. When you peel this piece back, it's still dry underneath. It's kind of like batoning, and just remember that when you peel that back, this inner layer still has those nice oils and is a little bit drier, actually notably drier than the outside. So you hit that with a spark and that'll go up. Okay, so here are some of those fine, kind of almost thinner than paper thin shavings from the outside. So I'm just gonna kind of tear these up like so, fluff them up, put them in my pocket and let them dry out. So we've zoomed in here just to show you. Let me pull back some of this here. And this under portion is actually pretty, it's cold, but it's not terribly wet. So you can pull this off. I can use the back portion of this and the top portion of this. Now I've got a knife with me here, so what I can do is scrape and get some of that fine dust. And also, I've got this, I'll put this, just leave it here. And I can kind of scrape like this as well and get some of the dust off this. And that should be quite good for getting a fire started. So peel some of this back. And it's been, it has been raining nonstop. I had a huge puddle out in front of my house on the walkway last night because it was raining so much. So it is definitely, it's not mildly damp. It is wet. Everything is wet. To shoot that last portion of the video, I had to kneel down on one knee here, and now my jeans are all wet. So let me just scrape this up here, and then I'll show you what the pile of dust actually looks like. So here's a look at that dust right here. You can see I just kind of piled it all together. Now I'm going to collect that, put that with some of these shavings, and then we'll hit that with a spark, and you'll see, even though it's been soaking wet, this thing will go up. Okay, here's a little piece of birch I got that I just put these little shavings on, and then here's some of that less than paper thin, those strands that I pulled off the top, and I've got a little bit of birch also in my pocket. And I'm not going to make a huge fire just because I don't want to, I'm not going to be here that long. I just want to show you that this does work even in very, very, very wet weather. And there you go, even when it's very wet out, there you go. It's raining on me right now. We still got fire thanks to my friend Birch.